Hey there, and welcome to my Camino on a Treadmill from Galway in Ireland. Day 34, following BK Lee. He's on his day 8. BK Lee from Korea, hang in there. We are going from Logroño to Navarrete. Today is Easter Sunday in Ireland. Happy Easter. Not a thing you hear many Irish people saying. I say it just to annoy people. You're meant to say happy shoving chocolate into your face day. Apparently the government passed a bill, that's the official lingo. We're getting a bit extreme now. They've actually banned saying happy Easter. If you get caught saying happy Easter, you get a fine of up to 5,000 euros and up to 6 months in prison. So, I don't know, we've come a long way from extreme pious Catholic Ireland, and this is the new regime now. I jest, of course. Wouldn't surprise me that much though. I hear people talking there in the background. Hope you're all well. I'm going to say it again. I got tons of dosh, and I can always bribe my way out of prison time. Even if I was in prison, I'd have so much money. I'd have my own treadmill and everything. I could do this from my cell. They'd sneak in a treadmill for me. So I'm not too worried. Okay, let's get my speed up. I want to carry my phone to clock up my heart points to keep Google happy, Google fit. They can sell my info to the health insurance people. It's like, this guy's really fit. My God, look at him. Look at him go. So anyway. Where were we? Let's move my mic. Okay. So, as I said, happy Easter. I've said it 3 times. My God, I'm talking up a lot of fines here. I have nothing to say other than happy Easter. Ta-da! So, I think most traditions have something around springtime, don't they? Passover and Ramadan is sort of, isn't it? Similar time. I know Ramadan shifts, well, so does Easter based on the moon, right? Maybe they all do. You never know. So, God, I am running on empty today, and I've only just started. It's a nice sunny day here in Ireland. Buen Camino. I got a load of washing done yesterday. It's a sport in Ireland. How much washing can I get done and hung out and dried?
Camino.
Buen Camino. So I got 3 loads of washing out, which is amazing. It's kind of like Russian roulette with the 3rd load. Is there enough drying time to get it out? Not quite as dramatic as Russian roulette. I mean, the Deer Hunter film, which featured quite a bit of Russian roulette, if they'd replaced that with trying to dry your clothes in time in the sun, well, I think a talented director like Michael Cimino could have made something of that. And dare I say, Buen Camino. Lots of people going the other way here. They must be Satanists. I mean, Satanists spook me. I don't want to joke too much about them, but I guess if they did a Camino, they'd just go the other way, right? Yeah, maybe that's the thing. It's the Camino de Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. Anyway, let's see where we are. So, I was chatting yesterday about Elaine from Limerick. Turns out she's not from Limerick. I'm not going to say any more. She did get back, so we moved beyond GIF conversations, which was good. So that's all I'll say on that. Emma Stone will play her in the movie, and Ryan Gosling will play me. Well, I have to run that by her, but I'm sure. Well, we'll see. She can have whoever she wants to play her in the movie. Here come more Satanists. Camino Buen. Is that what you say to them? Or bad Camino? I don't even know the word bad in Spanish. God, I'm pathetic. So anyway, already done 400 meters. Woo! Let's have a look here. Don't go anywhere. We got a fun-packed show ahead of us here. I really think now that I'm on day 34, it's too late now, but I should have marketed this as one of those sleep aid tools, because some people tell me the sound of the treadmill they find kind of relaxing, and my dulcet tones, who could not resist those, they find nice too, and have a little bit of ambient music. So if I had done it as one of those sleep things, but then I couldn't make all my stupid little jokes, could I? And I'd have to speak slower and slower as we went on. And here we are, walking along the road. No, I couldn't do it. I'd have to say something stupid that would kind of make them wake up. I don't think you could joke about Satanists when someone's trying to go to sleep. I don't think that would, engender a nice, restful night's sleep. I tell you, I had mad dreams last night. Oh my God. Sort of remember just the kind of vibe, or like my friend O'Day says, what's she say, the log line, or the tagline of the dream. Tagline or a log line, in films, it's like just the kind of, the one line that advertises it. And of course, I can't think of any right now. So, I guess my dream, if it was on Netflix, the way they have 3 words. It's kind of like drugs. They have 3 words to tell you how that will make you feel, suspenseful. So my dream would have been last night. Suspense, drama, intrigue. No, suspense, horror. Eroticism. There was a bit of all 3, I have to admit. I'm not going any further. It's coming back to me in dribs and drabs. It was strange. And then there was a weird part of the dream, like a lucid part, where I was like, not so much aware I was dreaming. No, but there was an awareness that I was in some other realm of consciousness, and it was kind of like a bad trip. And then there was this whole thing about my car. I couldn't remember where I parked it, and I was telling everyone, if you see a black Prius, let me know. It was in like the Claddagh, which is part of Galway. Somehow I was somewhere around there. I was doing some job, and I was like, why does this guy make me come into work? I should be working from home. Then I couldn't find my car, and then I was thinking, they'll charge me a fortune in parking. Yeah, I know, it doesn't sound very suspenseful. I don't think Netflix will be picking that show up. But then there was some weird bit where I was like, oh my God, I'm on this bad trip. Not that I know anything about bad trips, of course. Buen Camino, another Satanist. Okay, that joke is dead. Not gonna say it anymore. It's not a nice thing to call people. My mother used to say that to me when I was a kid. Stop pointing at the Satanist. Anyway, where were we? The dream. I'm not going to talk about the erotic part. It wasn't really, anyway, that erotic. Every time I say I'm not going to talk about something, I do. I'm trying to kind of figure it in my head. How would I explain it? No, I'm not going there. It involved... Look at me. I always say I'm not going there, and then I go on. Go on. It just involved some sort of medical procedure. Steady. Nothing too crazy. Like, it was my eyes. Ophthalmologist, female. And she was checking my eyes. It's just something really intimate about ophthalmology, about, someone staring into your eyes through thing, but, with the instrument. And staring through their instrument at your eyes. And there was something wrong. They weren't pulling focus right or something. But then she had some treatment. And she put these things in my ears. And it made this mad sounds. And all this felt like electricity going through my head. And so far, so unerotic, right? Oh, BK is stopped on the bridge overlooking a road, and is he taking a panoramic picture, or I don't know. I think so. And we're moving again anyway. So, where was I? You're all saying the erotic bit. I just remember then, after, it was all this mad sensation that was putting through my head. But then when I opened my eyes, she was semi-undressed. But it was all sort of, in the dream, it was like, oh, this is professional. This is what she has to do. This is nothing, untoward about this. And then, just semi-undressed, and then she started getting dressed, and I was thinking, what's going on here? And then later, when I was at this workplace, this other scenario, but it was still connected. Maybe I should just talk about my dreams on this. I don't remember most of them. Anyway, but I'm having lucid ones these days. So, like, there's a guy, it turns out he's her husband, and she had made another appointment for me. Oh yeah, next Monday you'll meet me again. And I was thinking, is this a date or a, professional thing? I was kind of unsure. But then I meet her. It turns out he's her husband, but I think they're kind of estranged. But he works in the same business as her, fixing eyes or whatever. It was all eyes, ears, heads. Because she was saying it would help my sinuses as well. Oh my God. I actually woke up and thought maybe my sinuses are cured now, but we'll see. But then her husband says, well, actually, she made the appointment with you, but it's going to be me instead of her. And I'm thinking, oh, damn. And he was weird anyway. I'm like, I don't like this. But I couldn't say it to him because I couldn't say, well, I was hoping it would be your wife because that was kind of erotic. So I was like, do I have to mark these as explicit, by the way, these podcasts? Like, I don't know. I try not to swear, but is this explicit? Buen Camino, I think I'm just going to mark them as explicit anyway, but not use that as an excuse to swear all the time. Because then I don't have to worry, Occasionally, I've only sworn twice. I beeped out one, and then I never found another one to beep out. I'd have to listen back to a load of them now to find it. I'm not doing that. I'm not that crazy. You want me to listen to this stuff? I don't think so. That's like, you could go mad doing that. Me recording all this. It's like Cary Grant, I think, did some experiments with some shrink, gave him LSD and recorded everything he said, and then he'd listen back to it or something. This would be something similar. And no, I'm not taking LSD. Imagine if I did for one of these. Well, it would probably be one of the more interesting episodes. Or maybe not. Who knows? It could be really short. Passing a grotto here. Okay, on the left. People in front of us walking. Nice sky, a few clouds, fluffy clouds. And what else was there in the dream? There was this constant thing about where's my car? Oh, if you see a black Prius, tell me. And then there was the husband insisting that no, my appointment was with him, not with her. And then there was just some really weird, spooky bits where it's like, oh, I was on a bad trip and I was stuck in this part of my consciousness that I could never escape. And it was It's just weird and boring and kind of frightening, but I can't explain how. So that's the dream. Sorry if I got your hopes up that it was going to be more exciting than that. But I was glad to wake up from it all the same. I feel like I woke up a few times and then went back into it, and that there were moments of it that were semi-lucid, like when you have a fever, which I didn't have. Oh, look at water to the left. Is that a river? What am I looking at here? A lake? I mean, I just know nothing about the geography of where we're walking here, because I never studied in school, and I'm not about to start now, folks. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm a bad boy, you know? Bad boys don't study. That's a name for a movie. There you go. That's volume 1 of my autobiography, of my memoirs. Bad boys don't study. Yeah, I like it. I'd be played by Brad Pitt. Hey, hello. Having a nice little chat here. Saying I'm having a great time. How about you? Oh, me too. Don't you just love walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking? And we're on, and we're off. And they're off. It's BK Lee taking the lead. No, there's actually something like 3 people in front of him, or more. Can't see too well here. So, kind of like in my dream, I better get my eyes tested. Imagine if I went for an eye test and the person ended up being the same woman from the dream. Would that be really cool or really weird? Mainly really weird. A little cool as well. 4 people ahead of us, I think. I kind of think, actually, the ophthalmologist, I know who she looked like. There's a woman who plays cello, who pops up on LinkedIn all the time. Lots of people. I'm sure she's on other platforms. And might have been inspired by her. Just thinking about it now. My God, I'm really turning this into a Jungian, or more like Freudian, psychotherapy session. So, happy Easter. Or, sorry, as we say in Ireland, happy shoving chocolate into your face until you can't move day. It doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? It really doesn't. Anyway, we're entering the post-Christian, post-faith society, apparently. Another 100 years, it'll all be gone. We're overtaking a guy here. He's looking back at us. Buen Camino. Hola. Hola, Buen Camino. What sort of accent?
Same place last night.
Yeah.
We had Wine River or
Conversation.
I was like Alberta last night.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
No. South Korea.
South Korea.
So, you're from South Korea, not North Korea. If he was from North Korea, that would be a more interesting conversation. I feel like I know more about North Korea than South Korea, even though they're a secretive state. But just Kim Jong-un there with all his nuclear tests. And like, I think I talked about this before, he's always cracking jokes. Every time they take a picture, he's surrounded by guys with notebooks. I think they're writing down his jokes because they're so good. And at the end of his reign, they'll print it, belovedly. Thank you. The American let us overtake. Or is he Canadian? We'll never know. Kim Jong-un, our beloved leader's 1,000 best jokes. No, I was saying before, I actually think he just farts before they take the picture and they all crack up laughing. He's take the picture now. I wonder, does Kim Jong-un light his farts for entertainment? But where did that come from? I don't know. I only ever saw one person light a fart. A friend of mine, Eamon, some years ago. Through his trousers. I think that's how it's done. I think doing it any other way is fraught with danger. I have to say, it was... I mean, farts are nearly always funny. Pretty much always funny. Even in the most serious situation. The more serious, the funnier it is. But I haven't sort of scientifically researched this, but I would say a lit fart is exponentially more funny than an unlit one. I'm sure people have done papers on this. Yeah, this would not be a good podcast to go to sleep to, really. Would it? You'd be falling asleep and then he's talking about lighting farts. I don't think so. But it would be... There's a red building. It looks familiar. It just looks really institutional. I feel like I went here to this same building. Maybe you have to walk through it. Maybe everyone goes there. Yeah, is there arrows? Oh, vending machine. He's stopping for a Coca-Cola. Okay, I think. Let's have some water. I'm on the tap water myself. Where were we? Kim Jong-un lighting his farts. There's an image for you. Okay, we're buying Coke. Well, let's see what he picks. Put the money in. He's putting in another coin. Okay, if he gets the Coke, arrest him. We're ready to go. What's he gonna get? More money. Oh, it's expensive. $150. Surely that's enough. Okay, what's he getting? What's he getting? I can't see. Shit, sugar. Shoot. Oh my God, he's put more money in. €2. This is insane. It's an insane amount of money. What's he getting? I can't see. Shall we shoot? No, wait. God damn it, I can't see what he's getting. Call off the mission. It's too late. I can't get them. They're gonna shoot him. No! Okay, the script needs a bit more work. Oh, can we see what he went for? No, we don't know what he got, so we can't arrest him. Damn. Did he pick up the contraband or not? We'll never know. Okay. Call off the mission. I can see our operatives swarming around there. Oh, he got orange. It must be Fanta, is it? Okay, well, it's orange coloured. Oh, God, I don't like Fanta. Here's another operative dressed as a Peregrino. Oh, it's Orangina, I think. Yeah. He's not our guy. We got the wrong guy. Okay. God, I'm full of nonsense. Eh? What? They were right about me in school. They said I'd come to no good. And they were right. Look at me. Look what it's come to. Right? Orangina, I like that stuff much more so than Fanta. Has to be said. I think that's what he's drinking. I remember sometimes they'd sell slices of melon at the side of the road. Normally, I don't think of melons at all, but on the Camino, when you're hot, dry. Whew. I know what you're thinking, I'm always hot. Hot. But, yeah, a bit of melon, cool you down. So, I'm through with my erotic dreams for today, so if you want to stop now, I'm not going to keep you waiting in vain. I haven't a clue what's coming next, I just know it's not erotic dreams. Sorry to disappoint. Oh, BK had a little burp there, that's good. Sign of health. Guy said that to me once. I think he farted, said it, or someone did. He goes, oh, sign of health. A guy called Tony. He was a former orphan in one of those industrial schools in Ireland. Kind of sad case in a way. Ended up getting in trouble with the law and robbing from his neighbours, hanging out with some young lad. Anyway, it came to a bad end, really. But he used to offer us cigarettes. Go on, have one, they're fresh. I've never known anyone to offer a cigarette and say they're fresh other than Tony. Have one, they're fresh. He used to smoke Major. Oh, they were strong cigarettes. Did I ever buy Major? They were in a horrible pack, green pack. I used to smoke Jean Plair Blue. I got it into my head I liked those. Then Benson and Hedges. Then at one stage in the 90s, Marlboro Lights were cool. I was smoking them. Everyone seemed to be smoking them. But in Russia, I used to buy Lucky Strike. And both filterless and filtered. And maybe Marlboro Red as well. Amerikansky cigarette. Yes, I like Amerikansky cigarette. There's a song by Russian group Kino called something about No, если есть в кармане пачка сигарет, значит все. Да-ла-ла-ла, на сегодняшний день и билет на самолет через сюда и туда. La-la-la-la, la-la-la. So basically, yes, I will translate. Jeez, relax, will you? Whew. You guys are very demanding. Oh, here comes another Satanist. Stop making those jokes. Buen Camino, Camino Buen, Anyway. Where was I? Oh my God. Cigarettes? Oh yeah. The song by Kino, Russian group. Their lead singer died young in a car accident. Poor guy. So that song means, yes, в кармане пачка cigarette. So if you have a pack of cigarettes in your pocket, everything's okay. I think it's something like that. And I must practice that on the guitar. The key he sings it in is too low for me, I think. Might have to transpose a couple of tones up, you know? So I'm an expert on everything, including music. Yeah, just even though I never studied anything. I was just born with this innate knowledge of everything, which, as you can imagine, leads me to believe sometimes that I might be the Messiah. No one else has come to this conclusion. I tend to keep it to myself. Apparently it's not a thing to boast about. You kind of want to be sure, don't you, before saying that. There's a thing called Jerusalem complex. I probably talked about here before, and it's a known phenomenon. Let me get my fan on low here. It's a known phenomenon with Jewish men when they visit Israel, when they visit Jerusalem. And I don't know, does it only kind of apply to, like, say, American Jews, or like if you're from Israel, does it happen as well? But they visit Jerusalem and they get this idea that they're the Messiah. And it's a kind of mania. And Mark Maron, the comedian, had it. I think he wrote a book called Jerusalem Complex. But it did happen. And I know he used to do drugs, but I think he was clean when this happened. I'm not sure. But he had, Jerusalem Complex. It's a thing. And it's quite a high incidence. I mean, I guess if you're born into Catholic culture, I know we're all past that, don't worry, I'm not going to get all preachy. We're all just, now we're a shove chocolate into our face culture. Anyway, but if you were born before the shove chocolate into your face era, we were brought up to think, well, Jesus, the Messiah already came. And he'll come again at the end, so just be good. But if you're born Jewish, it's like, well, no, we're still waiting on him. It's going to be a guy. So if you're born a Jewish man, I guess somewhere in your subconscious, it's like, maybe I am him. As I said, I get it. not really. I got it. No, I'm exaggerating. Okay. Relax. Yeah, little exaggeration for humorous effect. I was fasting once. I went to this crowd who starved me half to death and sold me crap load of expensive vitamins, and you basically charged me a fortune for the privilege. And so at one stage I'm fasting, and I'm reading, of all things, The Last Temptation of Christ. And I remember the bit where he's in the desert 40 days and nights, which is, of course, Lent, isn't it? It's a bit easier here, you just don't eat chocolate. And, as we say, shove it all into your face on Easter. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I'm reading that, and I'm kind of going, yeah, I really relate to Jesus here, because I'm half starved and so is he. And there is a thing, I was talking to someone about this just the other day, but yeah, when you fast, it does make you sort of feel less attached to your body or something, and more, I mean, I'll say spiritual for want of a better word, but more in touch with that ephemeral part of you, your head and your heart maybe. Definitely less, you can just feel the body kind of slipping away or something. Anyway, I had that feeling. It's, yeah, it was pretty intense, but interesting phase of my life. But yeah, I'm reading The Last Temptation. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what it feels like. That's probably the closest I got to Messiah complex. I've got a WhatsApp here. Elaine from Limerick. I won't say anymore. Happy Easter. She returned my message. She's a radical like me. She says, Happy Easter. I'm not going to identify her because I don't want her to be fined up to €5,000 and 6 months in jail. So she had a picture of a bunny rabbit, so I think that's allowed. She's being ironic, Your Honour. Anyway, my friend Ross wished me Happy Easter from Australia. That was nice. Where were we? I think I was on a roll there. Wasn't I? What was I talking about? I was talking about, well, yeah, Messiah complex. Let's see how I'm doing in terms of my health heart points in Google Fit. I know you're dying to know. 24 heart points today, 158 of 50. I've exceeded my weekly sort of amount, which is good. So now I can relax. Why don't I just slow down here? Back to 4.4. Put my incline on 1. Let's go nuts here. If it starts squeaking, I'll put it down. So where were we? We've covered a lot of ground today. I think this could be one of the best episodes yet. And that's saying something, right? So many to choose from. It's like people say, if you talk to people who are fans of Jean-Luc Godard, you say, what's his favourite film? Oh, I love them all. Oh, man. You know, really? That's... Okay, whatever. I'm trying not to swear now, you know? It's hard not to when you hear that crap. Oh, I love all his films. No, you don't. Just saying that. Anyway. Mine is probably Alphaville. But he just turned into a nasty piece of work. I know a former colleague of mine said, oh, well, geniuses are allowed to be assholes. No, they're not. That's nonsense. Too much of that nonsense knocking around these days. But funnily enough, so I talked about me at one stage, you know, half thinking I was turning into Jesus. Not quite. Another time, though, I was watching, you know, Downfall, the movie Bruno Ganz from my favourite film. Anyone? Anyone? Correct. Wings of Desire. And he's, but, you know, he's playing Hitler in Downfall, and there's a famous scene where he's ranting at the table. Lots of people have, it's become a meme, right? They put it up on Facebook, sorry, on YouTube, and they retranslate, put new subtitles on it. But that scene, I remember watching it and how stubborn and arrogant he was. And I was watching it, I was going, oh my God. He reminds me exactly of a certain colleague. This wasn't in my current job, I repeat, wasn't in my current job. Okay? I'm not going to say anymore. Certain colleague who, well, if I'm comparing him to Hitler, we can assume, you can guess where in the hierarchy he might have been relative to me. And, but I remember just watching it, oh my God, he reminds me just of this particular person. And then I laughed at, oh my God, because I really had the thought in a totally unironic, totally serious way. I thought, oh, it's pretty bad when you're comparing a colleague to Hitler and not even sort of being ironic about it. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't work there anymore. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to chocolate. That's what we say now. Thanks be to chocolate. Chocolate be with you. I know it's not that funny. Jesus, hey, I'm not a comedian. I don't advertise this one. So relax, okay? Yeah, I won't give up the day job. Thank you. Buen Camino. My God, a lot of Satanists out today. I just won't let that one go, will I? You gotta admit, it's a good one though, isn't it? Eh? So, where are we? 24 minutes to go. And it's Chocolate Sunday. Happy Chocolate Sunday, everybody. Pig out. Pig out in the name of our Lord. Chocolate. Okay, I'll stop. This is a bit that will not, if I was a stand-up comedian, would be getting dropped. Yeah. So, oh, cyclist, get a bell. Ding ding. Buen Camino, another cyclist. Okay. Another one. Oh my God. Now I'm getting angry. I had to put my fan up higher there because when I get angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Remember the Incredible Hulk? Anyone my age would. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Da-na-na-na. No, that's $6 Million Man, isn't it? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What was my favourite show from that era? Probably The Incredible Hulk. But I did love the $6 Million Man too. Steve Austin, a man who's barely alive. Gentlemen, we have the technology to rebuild him bigger, stronger, and faster than ever before. This man became the world's first $6 Million Man. Yeah. He's in a air accident. I can't hold it. He's breaking up. And then they rebuild him. Bigger, stronger, and faster than ever before. No, the voice wasn't like that. That sounds like something out of an 80s porn movie or something. I assume. I don't like porn, and luckily it never kind of got a hold of me. There's so much of it out there. I think it's bad, but I do think, I was talking to my friend in America about it, female friend, I was just saying, the stuff I came across in the 80s, at a party on VHS tape, was a lot more innocent with all these stupid storylines. I think I can help you with that. Oh, what are you two up to? This looks interesting. Plumbers and firemen and whatnot. Buen Camino. It's nastier now, that's all I'm saying. That's my impression from what I've seen. How did I get onto that? Oh, because I was doing that voice, which reminds me of one of the cops in There's Something About Mary. I love that scene. Kind of good cop, bad cop. Well, bad cop, but one was worse. Remember the guy who's sweating and he's like, just wants to punch him. There's a whole misunderstanding. Ben Stiller has picked up a hitcher. And the hitcher, he tells him, it's illegal to pick up hitchers in Georgia or wherever they are in this county. And then what happens? Oh, then the hitcher leaves a dead body in his car. So Ben Stiller has been interrogated And he thinks it's for picking up a hitcher, so he's been really blasé about it. But it's actually for, murdering some. There, we found your friend. Oh, the hitcher. Hey guys, I know this is the Bible Belt, but jeez. How many were there? In my life, I don't know. 10, 20, who keeps count? The guy is just getting angrier and angrier. You son of a bitch. And beats the crap out of him. I'm not making it sound as funny as it was, but it's a good scene. There's people leaving donations here and taking fruit and different sundry items. Oh, there we go. That's nice. And what's that? There's paintings there as well, isn't there? I thought I saw one of the paintings move. Oh, it's a reflection. I was getting a bit of a Harry Potter vibe there for a second. Are we allowed to talk about Harry Potter nowadays? Let's not go there. Stay safe. I saw a comedian yesterday saying, in the old days, in the 80s, people proved they were brave by, driving motorcycles over ramps, over 20 buses or whatever. Now, you're brave just by saying something that you shouldn't say. I'm not going there, of course. And interesting times, that's for sure. Times are always interesting, and always bad and always good. Probably a lot better now than the Middle Ages, I suspect. So, I'm sure some fun was had in the Middle Ages too. Perhaps, I'm sure if someone farted in the Middle Ages, they had a good laugh.
Donation.
Maybe,
Donation.
Hey, donation. Donation, give some money, don't be mean. Oh, I have to pay for this. No, I don't want to pay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So, I wonder, do they like their farts in the Middle Ages? That's the running theme for today. See, the first joke, I reckon, was a prehistoric man farting. Someone laughing. But then the second joke came shortly after the invention of fire. I wonder who discovered that, They were like, oh, fire, great. We can cook things and keep ourselves warm and everything. And then eventually someone goes, hold on a second. Wait till you see this. And the first fart was lit. And the rest is history. The first lit fart. Will that be the title for this episode? Surely I can come up with something better than that. I do actually want to be deep and meaningful, but it just turns out I'm really shallow. So, the shopkeeper is back, a man with a beard. It's an outdoor kiosk. He looks like Hagrid from Harry Potter. Here we go again. I can't get away from it. And there's a heated discussion going on here about something or other. That's about all I can tell you. It's definitely about something or other. Is that enough info? Okay. So let's go back down to 4 kilometers an hour. Hey, it's Easter, huh? I'm walking here. It's Easter, okay? Relax. So, we're off. Oh, yeah. So how many minutes have I left? 16 minutes. Okay. Will I look at my notes? Shall I look at my notes? Will I? Shall I? What's the difference? English people say shall I more than Irish people. I did look up the difference once. There is a difference. It's nuanced. You're like, shut up, you don't want to hear it? Okay, sorry. Ooh, sorry. Where are we? Notes. Camino. Topics. Vision Quest, playing Russian roulette with closed eye. Bumble. Knausgaard, Karlov Knausgaard. Will I talk about him? Oh, Jordan Peterson, the most terrifying IQ statistic. Okay, I did research it, and I just said I have to click and find out what this is. I'm thinking, how could an IQ statistic be terrifying? And it turns out it's one of those videos, you know, where they say, just for you, you might be interested in this. Which reminds me of a scene on BoJack Horseman where they're looking for a kidney or something, and they go on into some online portal in some place where they have kidneys. I don't know, but it says, other people who bought kidneys also bought such and such. You might be interested in this. I found that amusing. So there. But where was I? Amazon. Totally gone. Let's have a look at my notes. Oh, Jordan Peterson, the most terrifying IQ statistic. So unfortunately, I looked at it. I thought, you're not going to terrify me. And I joked about this yesterday, but it turned out it was all about me. The most terrifying IQ statistic is that James Finlan, that's me, folks, of Galway, Ireland, is dumber than your average cat. I was like, really? I always sensed that, but I'll be honest, it was kind of hurtful when you know, when you're confronted with the bare facts, it was hurtful. I'm still recovering from that. I thought I'd knock a bit more out of that, but I've nothing else to say on the issue. Moving on swiftly. Knausgaard. Afterlife versus Afterlife. That's Afterlife, the amazing Japanese film from the 90s, versus the allegedly deep Ricky Gervais Afterlife, which, as we've discussed, if you think a glass of water is a swimming pool, then you'd certainly find it deep. Paraphrasing someone else, talking about Joker. Ditto for Joker. Oh, man. I remember back in the 90s and stuff, like, people watched, well, some people at least watched good movies, difficult European movies, and interesting, even indie American movies. And now it's just all product or content, as they call it. It's all just binge-worthy. Golden age, my ass. Golden age of television. Maybe that was true. Now it's just another product. Ooh, I'm deep. This guy's deep. Ooh. I mean, one minute he's talking about Ford jokes, the next thing he's talking about neoliberal culture, eh? So, what else? Knausgaard. Am I really going to talk about him? Karlov Knausgaard wrote these books with a kind of controversial title, My Struggle, same title as Hitler's book, but it's totally different. He's a Norwegian writer, and it's just all about his life in sort of minute detail. And I guess some people find it boring, I find it captivating. But he's really just honest about his opinions in it. He's narrating it. I'm listening to an audiobook of it. I know, controversial. Yeah, well, basically I'm illiterate, so that's why I'm doing that. And so I'm listening to that. I think audiobooks are great for memoirs, actually, and the narrator is really good. But he's talking about, he's living in Sweden. They all think they're more advanced than the Norwegians, apparently, more liberal and all that. And far be it from me to comment, I know nothing about Scandinavia. But he's so their kids are in a nursery, and then you have to work there for 2 weeks of every year or a week. That's the deal if your kids go there. So he's working there, but he's talking to this woman who's kind of staring really intensely at him. But he's saying something about, oh yeah, well I've 2 kids and it's great to have each other to play with, and it will be awful for only kids. And then she goes, I have an only child. And he's, oh well, of course that's great too, blah blah blah. And then she goes, yes, and I've no husband. And then he goes, not to her, but in the narration. Am I going to swear? I'm going to swear. I'm turning off the explicit thing. What the fuck is that to do with me? I thought, as I nodded at her and smiled and said, oh, well, I'm sure you'll meet someone. But it's just the honesty, because we all go through life. Maybe some of us are saints, but honestly, you know, the people who really think they're saints are possibly the worst. I don't know. What did they say? I heard this somewhere, you know, most of us, we're neither as bad as we fear we are, or as great as we like to think we are. Probably some truth there. But he's just so honest about his thoughts. What the fuck has that to do with me? I thought. I've had that thought loads of times. Anyway, I'm not really selling him very well, but no, I'm on book 2, A Man in Love. I like it. I've got a backlog of books and audiobooks to read. One is the Palisades series by anyone? Anthony Trollope. I have the first book. Anyone know the name? I don't. Can't remember. Was it something about love as well? No, I also have Recherche et temps perdu, isn't it? In Search of Time, of Memories Lost. Oh God, I'm bad. Time Lost. You know the one. What's his face? Proust. I have either all of those or the first book. So they're on my kind of worthy list, you know. I also got the audiobook, although maybe I should have got it in print, the Skag Boys, the first of the Train Spotting series, which was written last, I think. So I've only read I read most of Irving Welsh up to Glue. No, Filth was the last one I read. I tried Glue, didn't like it. But I'd like to revisit the Train Spotting trilogy, which is Skag Boys, Train Spotting, Porno. Oh, there's a 4th one as well, isn't there? Yeah. Train Spotting, the book, is a masterpiece. Like, I love the film, and I saw the play, which was great too. It was in Galway Arts Festival, but the book is by far the best. I mean, just the master of first-person narration. You come to a new chapter, after a while, you read one line, you know immediately who it is. So good. So good. So, yeah, looking forward, I guess, after A Man in Love, I'll be listening to that. And my book is going so-so. It's definitely becoming about burnt out people from the film and TV industry, with a romantic B plot rather than A plot. That seems to be what's happening. Now, how am I doing on time here? 7 minutes. Can I talk for 7 more minutes? I mean, I've run out of things to say about Knausgaard. Glow, great TV show series. Wings of Desire, love that film, but don't know what to say about it other than I love it. Oh, Julia from Roma. So, here I am at this point hoping to bump into her again. And let's see what happens. Keep watching, and you'll find out eventually.
Hola.
Here's 2 people. Hola! Stopped by the side, taking a break. It's really hard to start again when you stop, I found. So, it looks like lovely drying weather out there today. So I might, I've done all big washes yesterday. I'll do a quick wash of my sports kit that I'm wearing now and hang it out. Thought you'd like to know that? Yeah. We're walking now on a road, nobody in front of us. It's flat. It's a bit of a hill in the distance. A bit of blue sky, a bit of fluffy clouds. Kind of just, what do we see to the left and right? Just sort of growth. I don't know what it is. Grass and stuff. You're thinking, this guy calls himself a writer? I know, right? I hear ya. I find in my book what I'm best at writing is all these, it's first person narrative and just my characters' opinions, and they're quite baroque. He's quite well, I don't know about narcissistic, megalomaniacal at times. And I am enjoying writing that, even though I'd love to write something like The Outsider by Albert Camus, which is all first person and pretty much no opinions. Like, he just describes what happens to him and his senses, but really rarely expresses any opinion at all. It's quite hard to do. And I'm like, oh, that's the gold standard. And yet I'm writing this just full of opinions and kind of wacky, over the top, farcical. I'm writing a farce. I'm hoping my sales figures won't be farcical. Oh, that's good. I must write that down. That's good. I'll use that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Farce. Theatre of the absurd. I was a fan of that when I was a kid. Oh, I was an intense child. They said I was a genius, but I don't know. Humility prevents me from speculating. So anyway, here we are. Let's have a look at 3.5 minutes to go on chocolate eating Sunday. So let's just pause and contemplate all the chocolate we're going to shove into our faces. Maybe a couple of bottles of wine to anesthetize ourselves from the futility of life. Hey? Am I cheering you up? No, come on. Easter is all about spring and hope. John O'Donoghue, the late Irish priest who used to do this outdoor mass at Easter at Kirkenroe Abbey in Clare, amazing. You arrive, it's dark, there's a fire lit, and then the sun starts rising as he's doing the mass, but he incorporates all these pagan elements. It's amazing. Blesses you with seawater from the sea that surrounds us, using, like, dipping seaweed into the seawater and shaking it on us. Yeah, I mean, you get all types there. Atheists, believers, non-believers, whatever. No Satanists, I would hope. And then as the sun rises, someone you know could be standing right beside you. And they, you don't realize it, but he was talking about in one of them, the idea of the stone rock being removed from the tomb. And he was saying, when if you rock on grass and you move it, the grass is all dead underneath. And then, after a few days, it comes back to life again. And he just connected all the imagery to, just in a kind of, I guess, Jungian way, to just ourselves. Would that make him agnostic? Not agnostic, agnostic. Like, which one was the agnostic disciple, Paul or something? He's not a disciple. You know what? Don't listen to anything I say. What the agnostic thing is all about, finding Jesus within us. I think that was partly because they were expecting him to come back in their time, and then he didn't, so they said, I don't know, something like that. I love the way I try and explain things. You think I could take a moment to think, do I actually know about this? But then I don't really know about anything, so I know a little bit about almost everything. Even that's an arrogant statement. I know a little bit about a lot, and I know a lot about nothing. Ooh, I'll use that one. That's deep. So where are we? That's up there with Socrates or something, or Plato. Or Thomas Aquinas. The only thing I know about God is that I know nothing. The only thing I know about chocolate is that it tastes great, but you feel sick when you eat too much of it. There you go. That's the modern version of that. Okay, coming up to 2 minutes. 2 hours. An hour of walking is what I'm trying to say. So, here we go. Buen Camino. And see you. Happy Easter or happy chocolate feast. See you tomorrow. Buen Camino.